Challenges, the new sports drama movie out on the big screen. Let's talk about it. Okay, so Challenges, the new movie starring Zendaya, is now officially out on the big screen for you guys to go and check out. Now, this is a movie that a lot of people have been anticipating because of that image. The old threesome image. Can I even say that in a minute without getting demonetized? I don't know, but we're going to run with it anyway. So, Challenges. Okay, I'm going to say it straight out. This movie is going to be one of those movies that's going to split people. I'm telling you that now. I am very mixed on this film. There are aspects I absolutely loved about this film, and then there was other stuff that I just did not enjoy and did not like at all. So I feel like this is going to be very polarizing for people, and I'm very interested to see where we go in the debate for this film. It's going to be interesting, let's say that. So firstly, things I enjoyed. I really liked how it was shot. The way they shot the tennis sequences was superb. Look, I'm someone that grew up playing tennis. Back home in Australia, we used to play tennis all the time in the summer. Whenever we got the chance, we'd get our rackets, we'd go out to the backyard, and we used to have a fence there, uneven ground, and we would hit over the fence and play tennis. We would actually take it like it was serious, me and my brother. And it was fun times. I love tennis, and I thought the way that they were able to capture the game and, spread more awareness to the game itself and showcase you just the level of athleticism that is required to play tennis, I thought they did a fantastic job. There is this one sequence that I really liked where it was almost as if the GoPro was on the tennis ball at one point and you're watching it from that angle. I thought that was very clever and unique to shoot it like that. There are other moments where they shoot the different scenes with the different characters in the tennis match, and the transitions, the editing was superb. I really, really enjoyed it. To me, that was the strongest part of it, was the whole tennis stuff, the shooting, the editing, and the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack in here. That techno feel, I just thought was very good. And it just elevated certain scenes for me. And I was like, yes, this is awesome. So I really enjoyed the soundtrack, really enjoyed the editing. The performances are great. Zendaya is obviously fantastic in this film. She is brilliant. The person that plays Art, superb as well. And the one that plays the other guy is brilliant as well. Patrick, he plays Patrick. He is great. All three of them really, really played their part brilliantly, played the characters brilliantly. Now, I must say it. Zendaya's character. Okay, there are villains in movies that I absolutely hate. I hate with a passion, and I think they are not badly written characters, but they're characters made for you to hate. I hated Zendaya's character in this movie. Not because she's badly written or anything like that. The way she's written, she's supposed to be written like that. But I hate her. I absolutely hate her. I was rooting against her the whole entire time. That's the credit to the writing of that character and the credit to the performance of Zendaya, who pulled it out of the bag. And it made me just really dislike her to the point where I was like, I just want to see her crash and burn in this movie. When the injury comes, I now look back and go, I'm glad you got that injury. That's how much I hated her. Art. I hated Art. I didn't like Art in the beginning, but then I grew to love him. And I thought he was my favorite character in this movie, and I was rooting for him. I wanted him to succeed. I wanted him to see the light, to go through and be someone that was great. Loved his arc and his story. Then you have Patrick. I like Patrick, but I don't like him as a friend. He is a sleazeball, and he's perfectly portrayed as well. And I don't know if it's a United States thing or anything like that. The whole love triangle, man. I tell you what, don't ever get into a love triangle like this. You shouldn't get into a love triangle like this, bro. If you're the best friends with your friend like that, you shouldn't have to get in a love triangle like this. I'm telling you that now. But the love triangle stuff was very interesting. Now, things I didn't like about this. The first thing is the ending. I really did not like the ending. The ending I came away with more questions than answers. And I'm kind of sitting there like, okay, so now what? What happened? Like, there's just so many unanswered questions. Like, I get what they were trying to do, but like I said, I just walked away with more questions than answers. And I think a lot of people are going to have the same problem. Like, there's going to be people that'll be like, nah, it's great ending, perfect ending. And dude, that's awesome. Love that you would think that. And then there's going to be people who are like, what is that ending? I don't like that ending. There's just so many questions I have. Like, did this happen? Did this happen? What happened here? What happened there? So I don't feel like they tied all the plot lines and the plot threads and then executed them to a point where you're satisfied at the end, because I wasn't satisfied. I was kind of like, is there like, a bit more? Is there like 10 minutes more that I'm missing? Or what's going on here? So I didn't like the ending. The story itself, look, like I said, I wasn't engaged in the story as much. Like I said, there's just characters I did not like and weren't doing it. And more so than anything, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that motivation for that character, the choice for that character. Why are they doing that? Like, what's the end goal here? And it all ties into that ending. That's what I mean. Because there's so many plot threads that are still unanswered for me, that's why I just feel like the story is incomplete and I have an issue with the story. It's because I don't feel like the motivations of particular characters were finished, where I'm 100% like, oh, so that's why they did that, that's why they did that, that's what they're going for. That's just a me thing. That could just be me. Maybe, you just never know. Other people might see it differently, and that's great. But I just didn't like that bit. That to me was the weakest part of the film, and it really hurt. I was kind of like, oh. And there was other scenes like, I felt like some pacing issues in here as well. There's scenes that I was kind of like dragging on, and I was like, oh, can we just move this story along? And the chopping and changing between the different time periods and that, with like going back to the past here and there, it can get confusing at times, and it does feel like it's jumbly and messy, and I'm kind of like, okay, so is this 2 years ago from here? Because it will just tell you this year, this many years ago, this many years, this, and you're trying to think, okay, is this 3 years after here or here? What's going on here? Like, so the timeline there, you can get very confusing, and I would understand that. And for me, I was kind of like trying to piece things together and be like, okay, so this must be after this event, this is for this time period. Is this person here or is this person here? What's going on here? So there's a bit of that as well that I could feel like some people are going to have a problem with. I'm someone that was in 50-50 on it. Overall, I'm mixed on it. It's that ending that just leaves that sour taste for me. I'm going to be honest. It's the ending that leaves that sour taste. And I don't feel like things were resolved, which is a bit of an issue for me. So I don't think it's an awful movie. I just think this movie it's okay. It's just okay. I feel like this is part 1 of a part 2 series. That's what I feel like. But nevertheless, let me know what you guys think of this movie. Did you guys enjoy it? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.